Welcome back to another episode of Two Joes and a Pro. As always, you already know who it is. It's Kenny, Ryan, and Brian. I know you guys missed us last week, but guess what? Your boy was off making babies, okay? My little one, she was delivered last week. Kennedy, shout out to little Kennedy. So we weren't here last week, but we here this week, bro. I wasn't gonna let us go back to back. All right. Anyway, my guys, haven't seen y'all in a while. Of course, I'm at work, so you don't see me there. So how are you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Brian's doing all right, I guess.
Brian's like, yeah.
No, I'm good. I'm good, man. Hey, congratulations, Kenny. Your wife did amazing. You did nothing, by the way.
I did.
She
man.
did. You're like, we were out having babies. No, she was having babies.
She is the champion. I'm just doing my part. I'm just breeding.
Kay's a cheerleader.
Yeah, that's it. True girl dad over here. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I see the shirt.
Yeah, you see that? I had to put the flowers on them today. You feel me? I said, boy, I get floral on their ass. Anyway, it's a lot we have to go over. I'm just gonna cut it short. I'm going to say in the beginning, we're not having a great debate this episode because it's too much to go over. All right. So I'm going to touch on basketball. What is it not to touch on basketball? Ja Morant, still Ja Morant. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green played together for the first time in like 1,009 days or something like that, they said, which is crazy. But the Warriors, even though they're number 3 right now because the Grizzlies is balling, they're number 2. Of course, the Suns are still number 1. The Warriors are definitely the team to beat, in my opinion, only because they got Jordan Poole playing like the 4th or 5th splash brother. Like Jordan Poole, the other day, Jordan Poole had 30, Klay had 30, Steph had 30. Like you can't. It's hard with shoot, and I'm talking about they all shooting threes, like 7+ from behind the arc, like. It's hard to beat that. It's hard that one guy is going to be off. That's cool, but you're not going to have 2 guys off on the same night. And even if you do have 2 guys off, if Steph Curry still snapped for 50, he's still going to lose.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking forward to tonight's game.
Yeah.
The Celtics are in Golden State tonight.
Well, we know that's going to end up being
Big
L. Yeah.
Okay,
Big L,
we'll see.
Big L.
You putting money on it?
What else?
Are we putting a bet?
We could put a bet on it right now.
Boston's one of the hottest teams in the league right now. I'm just saying.
What does that mean to me? You know what I mean?
Well,
that's
we'll
what I thought.
Saying next week.
Yeah, okay.
Brian doesn't have the capital right now to be putting on the line.
Hey, holler back at me next week. Anyway, so the standings are in the West is as such with those top 3 teams. Everybody else is kind of mixed back and forth. And the Lakers is just the Lakers. LeBron posts one thing that he snaps and then he doesn't. But shout out to LeBron, though. He did. He's number 1 all time. Or he's the first player in NBA history to have 10,000 assists, rebounds, and then, of course, 20K points. So shout out to him for that because that's a big accomplishment. That's about the best thing we could do at the Lakers. Looking at the Eastern Conference, Miami Heat is, I don't understand how they're still number 1, but they're still number 1, still performing very well. Milwaukee Bucks is coming up. The Chicago Bulls is dropping back a little bit. And then the so hot Celtics is 5th in the East, so that's saying a lot, Brian. And then the 76ers actually look pretty decent. Not to say for James Harden, but Joel Embiid is really playing like an MVP player. So I like how he looks. And then the Nets, don't sleep on them because Kyrie, not playing at home and then playing away, it's like the ample amount of rest for him. He's like not playing at home, coming back, dropping 50. Not play at home, come back, drops. He just dropped 60 at Orlando. So like, I don't know what they're gonna do when they get to playoffs, but for right now, I like how Kyrie is looking at, and then KD as well. Going into
Wait, he still
college,
can't play?
right? Nah.
Why
Which
are
was
they changing
crazy.
that?
I don't know. You know what's crazy? Opposing players are actually coming to the Nets and are playing unvaccinated, but he cannot play unvaccinated.
Yes.
Which people are like, what?
Yes.
Doesn't make any sense. And then on top of that, he was at the stadium the last game at home with no mask on, just sitting there chilling. So they were like, everybody was like, hold on. So he doesn't have to wear a mask, but he's unvaccinated and can't play, but opposing players that are unvaccinated can play?
Man, that's logical.
So everybody's thinking like, man, maybe they are just targeting Kyrie.
Yes.
Because it doesn't make sense.
No, it's New York that doesn't make sense. That's the problem.
That's true. That is true.
But how do they allow that? Does he just not want to play home games either? Because, like, wouldn't he put up more of a fight? Like, why are you going to let them play?
But I'm saying, what are you going to do against? It's the government. It's not like the NBA. It's the government. What are you going to do to that?
Yeah,
I understand, but at least make it so that the players that are unvaccinated on the visiting teams cannot play in that stadium.
Again, it's not the NBA that made that rule. It's New York.
Yeah,
I know, but when they come to play in New York, they shouldn't be able to play because it's in New York.
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
But
like
they are.
How is he not? How is that not like? Yoo-hoo! Like, what's going on here?
Yeah. Like, Ryan, that question that you have is what 98% of America's like, what? That makes no sense at all. And that's why people are like, y'all look like dumbasses, New York. Like, how? How is that possible? But yeah. Anyway, get off that. So
I gotta look this
we have
up.
March.
Go ahead.
I know. Go ahead. We have March Madness coming up. I wish I could have talked last week because there was a lot of conference games going on. There were actually a lot of like teams that were like making a run. Like in the March Madness, be on the lookout for Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech, they lost. They're on. I think they won 14 out of the last 15 games. They're hot right now. I believe they won the ACC tournament, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, they are a hot team. Tennessee won the SEC championship. Iowa won the Big Ten championship, right? Of course, Kansas, I believe they won the Big 12. I forgot who won the Pac-12. But long story short, this year is going to be anybody's chance to win it, right? So if you're making your brackets, by the way, we have a bracket challenge right now, the 2 Joes and Pro Madness Challenge on ESPN. If you look on us on Instagram, we have our pool up there. We got prizes for first and second, $150 for first. Second, you get $75. No fee to entry. Send it to all your friends. A little pun I put in there. Anyway, back to what I was saying. And when you fill out your bracket, you can pretty much do whatever you want, right? If you had Bryant winning the national championship, that's possible, right? Because there's not one team that's completely dominant, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you see one of these, number 11 seeds, 10 seeds get deep, like normally happen, like or Syracuse or something does multiple times. But a team like that get deep, right? I have Tennessee winning it. A lot of people are like, what? But Tennessee is one of those teams that are hot right now. They're like super hot, right? So you want to look at who's super hot, and then when you're doing for your upset brackets, right? Look at the teams, the guys that are seniors, teams that's built for seniors, because those are the guys that are going to really play their heart out.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll talk about that later. But yeah, that's what we got going for NCAA. Just March Madness coming out right now. You have something to say, Brian?
No. I just
okay.
Who's your
I'm
final
gonna
four,
win
Kenny?
this.
My final four is Texas Tech.
Ooh.
It's Texas Tech, Baylor, Tennessee, and I believe Kansas. I believe that's what it is.
Is Kansas a 1 seed?
Kansas is 1 seed.
So that's the only 1 seed you got. That's crazy.
No, Baylor's a 1 seed.
Oh, are they? I thought they were 2.
Yeah.
My bad. All right.
Yeah, because Duke is a 2 seed
Yes.
in that one.
So you got Arizona and Gonzaga getting dropped before the Final Four.
Yeah, I don't really think Gonzaga's that good, and I don't think Arizona's really that good. I don't like, if you could look at Arizona, who did Arizona play? They played Tennessee, and Tennessee bust that ass. So like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Gonzaga lost to St. Mary's.
I know, but
You know what I mean?
you can't judge it off of one game.
I know not off of one game, but we're talking about, players that when it comes down to it, put up or shut up, who has the most dogs? That's that's in March Madness. Who has the most dogs? Where's the dogs at in Gonzaga?
Timmy?
Chet Holmgren, Timmy. That's it. Who else?
I mean, that's all I know.
That's it, right? Like that's all everybody knows, right? Those two. Arizona, name me one player.
I haven't followed them this year.
You can't. You can't. They're just like Villanova, right? Like they got quality players that you never heard of. But when it comes down to it, they don't have that pedigree, in my opinion, like a Tennessee or like a Kansas has, right? Or like Baylor, even though they were like, oh yeah, Baylor, they're not the same stacked team, but they've been there last year, and a lot of those same players are still there this year, right? Not the three seniors, but most of them are. You know what I mean? So that's what I look at, right? And who do you have to battle to get there? A lot of, like in that bracket that Gonzaga's coming out, they got to go against Duke. They got to go against doggone, I think it's like Iowa's in that bracket. I think Kentucky's in that bracket. Like, that they would have to play to get out.
No. So stupid.
No, Kenny's wrong.
I think Kentucky's in the bottom part. Iowa's not in that bracket?
No.
Who's in that bracket?
I don't know, but I know I got Iowa in the Final Four with Gonzaga. So.
All right, cool.
I'm just letting you know.
I'm spitting off the top of my head. I'm pulling the Bryant right now.
And I got Villanova, and I got who was my fourth team?
My bad. Memphis. They had to play Memphis.
Okay.
They got Alabama. Texas Tech is in that. Duke is in that bracket. Like they got some Arkansas is in that bracket. Like they got some people they got to play. So yeah, my bad. Iowa's in the bottom. I apologize. Anyway, I'm not gonna take up too much of the time, but let y'all get to it.
All right. Let's move on. We got
Kenny's wrong. Iowa's not in that bracket.
I only knew that because my Final Four.
Damn, Daniel. It's like that.
Hey, so let's go. We got MLB. We are no longer locked out. Free agency has commenced, and they will only miss. They had to delay the season by about a week, so I think they're starting on the 7th of April instead of the 31st of March. So
a lot of money,
but they're going to get a full season in. They said they're going to do the all 162. Yeah. So big free agent signings right now. The biggest name probably out there is Chris Bryant. Went to the Rockies. So he just chased the money, 7 years, $182 million, because the Rockies are not going anywhere. So he is not trying to get a ring. He is just getting the money. And he wants to hit at that home field and have that advantage, because the ball sails a little further because they're so far above sea level up there. Anyways, some trades have happened. I know Olsen got traded. He went to the Braves. Freddie Freeman's still a free agent out there. He's a big name, linked to either the Dodgers, Padres, or Red Sox right now.
Why is the Braves not trying to keep him?
I think they just figured he's not going to sign with them, so they went and got Olsen instead. I don't know, man.
They already gave him a big bag already. Why wouldn't they think he'd stay?
I think that they have contracts coming up soon that they need to pay. Yeah. So
they're like, all right.
Yeah, they can't.
Him or Acuna.
Right. And Albies is there still.
Albies too, yeah.
So, yeah, Atlanta's not like a huge market, so they have to kind of manage their money a little differently than like the Yankees or the Dodgers, Red Sox, the bigger markets. Kyle Schwarber, he went to the Phillies. Matt Chapman got traded to the Blue Jays. Let's see. Kershaw re-signed with the Dodgers for 1 year. I think that might happen actually before the lockout. But I'm just kind of going off memory right now. So we all know how good my memory is.
What is I going to say? Verlander, I saw that he's pitching again.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
That's my guy. That's what I like.
Oh, so
why? Has he seen his wiener? All right, go ahead.
No, not at all. I liked him when he was in Detroit. Him and Miguel Cabrera, but that was weird. Hot take.
All right. How many of our fans are Googling that right now? Anyways.
Yeah, I'm like, how did you even know about that?
Because if you Google his wife, that's how you find out. Inadvertently.
Oh, I never even knew about that. Y'all enlightened me. Yeah. That's why I didn't get the joke. I was like, what? That was random. But it makes sense. I thought you were just being funny.
if it's pop culture and like stuff like that, I get it. Like if it, like what's the other guy that?
If it wasn't for that, Ryan wouldn't even know who Justin Verlander was. Okay.
Yeah. What's the pitcher that was like beating up women or choking them out?
Oh,
he's not. He can't play no more.
He's on the Dodgers now.
Oh, he's playing.
What's his name?
He's back on.
Yeah, he's back.
Because they cleared him, right?
Why can't I think of his name?
I know you're talking about it. Continue. Let me find it.
We did like a whole episode on him.
Yeah, like I don't.
I'm drawing a huge blank right now. Holy crap!
Just continue.
I feel bad, but anyways, Tatis Jr., bro, he broke his wrist in the offseason and never got it fixed. Because he had a motorcycle accident.
Trevor Bauer.
That's what it is. All I could think of was Greinke, and I was like, that ain't it. But anyways, yeah, Tatis Jr., he's gonna be out about 3 months, so that's not good for him.
Why didn't he get it fixed? That's weird.
Like, I don't think he knew it was just a fracture, so I don't think he knew it was fractured. He got in a motorcycle accident, and when he showed up for spring training after the lockout finally ended, they examined him and gave him an x-ray and found it.
Why is he on a damn motorcycle?
Because he's got too much money and doesn't know what to do with himself.
I know, but I'm surprised they don't have something in the contract clause, right? Like after what happened with Jay Williams, and when he got signed to the Bulls and he got in that bad motorcycle accident, people were like, "Oh no, that's in contract clause." Well, I believe that's in Patrick Mahomes. He can't ride on a motorcycle.
So I'm not exactly sure if it was a motorcycle. I think the article I read said motorbike.
Oh, so he's on a dirt bike.
So maybe he skirted. He might have skirted the line there a little bit.
He said, "Hey, I give y'all $100,000 to put motorbike, motorbike."
Let's see. Speaking of Zach Greinke, who's the guy I thought I was talking about, he went to the Royals on a 1-year deal. The Royals are collecting a few talented players this year. They might make a little push in the Central. That's a weaker division, so why not? They're a small market team, so they gotta take their chances every now and then. So watch out for the Royals this year if they stay healthy. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, Anthony Rizzo re-signed with the Yankees. So they're out on Freeman. They decided to go with Rizzo instead. So yeah, a lot of big names
shuffling around.
Been going around, yeah. So right now the AL East looks potent.
It's
stacked, dude.
Yeah.
Like 4 teams. I mean, this was the way it was last year too. But the top 4 teams: Red Sox, Rays, Yankees, and Blue Jays they can all hit. They're all good lineups. They all are pretty good at pitching. I mean, it's gonna be a good year for the AL East. And then the NL West, still you got the Padres and the Dodgers are gonna be, top of the market. And maybe the Giants still have that magic from last year. We'll see. I still think they overperform, but you never know. But yeah. So I'm pretty excited. I got super excited when the lockout finally ended. I don't know why. I'm not a huge baseball fan, but I like it, and I always get kind of excited for opening day. So I don't know. I'm kind of ready for it. So a couple more weeks, and we're gonna have opening day, and
gotta go with some games this year.
We gotta go with what?
I said gotta go to some games this year.
Yeah. Go to Camden, bro. It's like $20 a pop.
That shit's free.
Yeah. Sometimes they just let you in.
It's like, hey, you know what? Nobody's watching. Go ahead. Yeah. Everybody's hanging out the concession stand.
Right. Yeah. So I want to get to football. So we're just gonna skip hockey and get back to it next week.
Let's get to football. We got a lot to cover. Let's do it.
We're not gonna cover Ovechkin. Didn't he pass third in all-time scoring in this last game? Come on, man.
Hey, somebody's watching ESPN.
I came prepared, homie. All right. Look, I had tidbits. I had things to say. I'm trying to contribute.
Well, what else you got?
Take it away. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. What else you got?
Yeah. That's it.
That's it.
He said tidbits like there was more than one. All right.
Yeah.
Tidbit.
Okay.
Tidbit.
All right.
All right. So you guys ready to talk about football?
Yeah, we got too much to go over in football.
Way too much, man.
Look, so I have a list of all the additions and contracts people have signed. And we'll cover them by team. But some of the ones that won't be on there that I want to cover and get out of the way now are going to be players like Deshaun Watson, who is cleared of criminal charges. And he was very upfront with everyone. He said, you could see everything. I did nothing wrong. And the courts, like, whether he did something wrong or ethical or not, who cares? But he is cleared of criminal charges. We'll see what
people care now.
Yeah, like, calm down.
It's who cares? Like, people care now.
I know.
It's just he was found not guilty. Good. No, who cares?
He wasn't found not guilty.
What was?
They just didn't prosecute him.
Well,
so what is that considered?
There's not enough evidence. That's all that means.
Oh, sorry.
AKA, he paid whoever he had to pay.
Whatever he did.
No.
Listen.
I take it back. He didn't say not guilty, but
he's not,
that's how I look at it.
Listen, he's not innocent, but he's also not guilty as of right now. So he can continue.
No, my guy's not guilty.
Well, we'll
I don't think he was guilty. I think he went in there. I read the reports. If they said no, he was like, cool, all right, and then just left. They're gonna get upset because he left. Like, he didn't make no one do it.
I don't think it's that. I think, shit. Since we're not big yet. They're probably gonna, 5 years from now. They're gonna be like, remember that episode? They were talking about that whole Deshaun Watson stuff. Anyway, I think what really happened is the Houston owner was mad that he didn't want to play, so he's like, all right, you must not know how this goes. You don't want to play? I got something for you. I'm gonna mess up your career. And he tried to, and it didn't work. And my man,
that could be true, but we don't.
That boy said, if the glove don't fit, he must have quit. Literally, you know what I mean? So
the Dolphins said they're out of the game for Deshaun Watson. That being said, he's agreeing to meet with, I think, 3 teams. One of them is the Browns. Is it 4? Name them, Brian. What's the other ones?
The Browns, the Falcons. What else?
I don't know. I'm asking you. You told me 4.
You put the numbers up.
I only want to talk about one of them. The big
Saints
one
and Panthers.
Boom. The Panthers.
Saints and Panthers. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in order for him to meet with them, because he's scheduled to meet with them, and I think he's already met with the Browns, to be honest with you. But in order for him to actually meet with them, they would have had to have a deal on the table that's accepted by Houston. So in those 4 teams have at least had discussions with Houston and have agreed in principle, because he has to. They're basically letting him choose what team he's going to get traded to.
Okay. That's part of his no trade clause?
Yes.
Yeah. So
that's dope.
The odds are he's. I think the high chance or probability is that he goes to the Browns, because Baker's already tweeted like. No. Apparently, Baker's already tweeted saying like, "I've given you guys my all, Browns fans," and then like. There was also another report saying that like they want an adult at quarterback. So like, I think the writing's on the wall. Baker's like,
but it's not up for them to decide. It's up for Deshaun to decide, right? Like, it's not like they have the ball's not in their court; it's in his court. Like, why would you want to go to their team for? What do they have there that's so great in Cleveland that you're like, I have to go to the Browns?
Maybe he wants to play with Amari Cooper, who is another player that the Browns have acquired via trade with the Cowboys. But they released Jarvis Landry as well, which I thought they were going to try and work something out to keep Jarvis, but they released Jarvis.
That was dumb.
Yeah. Anyways,
you're leaving to go to the Browns. You wanted him to accept the Browns to throw the ball to Amari Cooper?
I'm not saying what he should be doing if I'm him.
I'm saying, is that receiving core better than the Panthers or better than the Saints?
I think the Panthers are the favorite.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, right? Because like they have a lot of youth around them, and then you have Christian McCaffrey,
and he's a Clemson guy.
Yeah,
they make the most sense in my mind. Whether or not he wants to go play in for Ben McAdoo run offense is beyond. Like, I would question myself as well. Would I want to go play for Ben McAdoo as an offensive coordinator?
When you have Deshaun Watson, it don't matter if you got Joe Schmo back there at offensive coordinator, because Deshaun is going to improvise and do what he want to do, right? He's going to go in there with the understanding, like, listen, I understand how you're running offensive coordinator, but this is the things that tend to me. They're not going to be like, he's not going to be like, oh no, you're going to do what I want you to do. And trust me, Ben McAdoo, he wasn't doing that to Eli. I'm telling you that right now. He was, oh, we doing this, Eli. Nah, we doing this, and the third. Okay, that's how you want it, Eli? Cool. I'm pretty sure he's going to do that to Deshaun.
If he goes to Carolina and if he goes to the Saints, I mean, the Saints would be another good one. I mean, I would choose, if it was me choosing, it would probably be, depending on if the Saints could keep Michael Thomas, it would be, because they're in like salary cap hell right now. My choice would be Saints, then the Carolina, and then the Browns and the Falcons.
Yeah, I ain't going to the Saints. Too much. You know, he like to go get massages and stuff. Too much voodoo and shit going down there. I'm good.
But hey, I don't mind him going. I would love him in Carolina, but
yeah, of course, me too.
We'll see. I don't think that they keep Christian McCaffrey. I think they don't want to pay a running back that much anymore. He can't stay healthy.
If he's in the clause, that's idiotic. If he's in the clause.
Yeah.
I don't know. My bad. I don't mean to make this about Deshaun Watson. I'm sorry.
I know you're a big Deshaun Watson guy.
I am.
What else happened outside of additions? Because I won't be able to cover
Rodgers.
Yeah, Rodgers.
Did we not cover
it?
That wasn't...
No, remember we posted it last week, but yeah.
Okay, so Aaron Rodgers decided to stay.
Rob Green Bay.
Yeah, they decided to stay with Green Bay. Although there are reports saying, and they franchise tagged Devonte Adams, but the reports are that Devonte is not going to play under a franchise tag, so they got to work a long-term deal. Then again, he said the same thing last year, and then he ended up playing for the Packers.
He'll play if Rodgers wants him to.
Exactly, yeah. But he's going to
I don't know. I don't know if that works this year. I think last year it worked because it was in limbo, but I don't know for this year because to his defense, his argument is, bro, you went and got your cash. Why can't I get mine? You got your $200 million.
Yeah.
Right? Why can't I get my money now? I got to wait another year because you want me to play? When am I going to get my check?
We can't give you your check because homeboy cried enough and we had to pay this guy.
So guess what? Peace. Like, I'm pretty sure the Raiders will offer the dumpster truck for him to get there.
Yep.
Right? Like, I know it's plenty of teams that's going to willing to offer him 140, 150. Like, plenty of teams. Because you got to think about it. He's great, but his window's closing too, man. Yeah. You don't be great forever.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that because the wide receiver market this year in free agency, I mean, a lot of them have only been getting like 3-year deals. So it's
they're
like
trying to hit free agency again.
Well, no. I think teams are just not giving them long-term deals.
But whose name is Devonte Adams?
Well,
tell me who's out there that's Devonte. Yeah, none of them is Devonte Adams. Right? Like,
that's fair, but Devonte Adams is what, 28, 29? I mean, he's almost on the wrong side of 30 already. So
yeah, he doesn't know.
What?
For a player,
he doesn't even run. Oh, go ahead. Go my bad.
No. He doesn't rely. I would say
he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't even run routes like that, right? He's not like, oh, throw it deep. I got to get open. That's not him. He's a technician, right? So he can kill you all day like Larry Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Across the middle, I get you ends. I can get you some dig cuts. Like I can do all the little intermediate routes and kill all day, and still have a little gas at the end to get out of there, and then kill you on the goal line with little. Because his release, he still has the nastiest releases in the game, right? Still kill you off the goal line. Throw it up, touchdown. Yeah. He doesn't need to beat you deep.
You hear that? Get at him. All right, hey, I'm gonna run through these this list. All right, AFC East. I'm gonna start there. So the Bills have signed Jake Kumaro. No one cares. They're re-signing him. They re-signed Isaiah McKenzie for a 2-year deal for $8 million. OJ Howard. They took a flyer on him for a 1-year deal. I think it was like only $3.5 million, but they wanted to get a tight end to pair up with Dawson Knox. Oh, and then the big one is Von Miller. So he signs a 6-year deal, $120 million. And what was the guarantee? I think it was $45 million. Is that what you said, Brian?
Yeah.
Because I think it was reported as $51 million guaranteed, but then it was like a correction of like $45 million. Yeah. But Von Miller is taking a very team-friendly deal. Like he's allowing it to be like a 6-year. He doesn't care. Like I feel like this guy's It's a big contract. Don't get me wrong, but only like 30% of it is like guaranteed, or like 40%. So it's not like a huge
think
guarantee.
That's a team friendly deal?
Yeah, because they're gonna roll that money to.
I'm saying, but he's old. He's older too. It's not like this is Von Miller 27.
Yeah, but
right?
they're gonna be paying him when he's retired. That's basically what's gonna happen.
But it's gonna be spread out for 6 years, so they can spread that money out. So like, look at his cap hit. Brian was saying it was like $1 million this year. It's like really low. Like they're able to get him and then still do maneuver other things
because of the signing bonus, right? So if you gave him $45 million and there's only $6 million left, that's guaranteed. That's no brainer. But for him, that's a hell of a deal too, because I got $45 million right now.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I feel like it's good on both parts.
I say it's team friendly because of the number of years.
Oh, okay.
Because it's 6 years. It allows them flexibility to be like, we're just gonna divide this by 6 rather than 3.
Yeah, and they give him $45 million signing bonus, but they take that $45 million and they spread that number out on the 6 years. So yes, they give him a check for $45 million, but accounting wise for the cap, it's spread out for 6 years. So that's why it's team friendly.
All right, Miami. Teddy Bridgewater signs a 1-year deal to be the backup, worth $6.5 million, fully guaranteed, worth up to $10 million with incentives. So he's going to be the backup to Tua.
That's not backup. That is, you're going to come here and compete for the job kind of money.
$6.5 million.
Six, for the starter.
Because of the incentives.
$10 million?
$10 million.
Yeah,
that's not it.
That is not backup
money. That is exactly what they gave Cam Newton in Carolina, and he came in and started.
Chase Daniel. That's because he came in half the season. Chase Daniels got an $8 million contract to be the backup, and he stayed the backup the whole time for Detroit. What are you talking about? $8 million.
Okay, I'm telling you,
because of the years that he has
is going to compete for that job next year.
No, he's not.
Yep,
Tua is their quarterback. That to me tells me Tua's their quarterback, because they're going to get a guy that can run very similar offense that Tua can run, and that's what they did. They got Teddy to back up Tua. Too easy. Anyway,
he said that's competing quarterback money.
Chase Edmonds agreed to a deal with them, so Chase Edmonds is going to Miami on a 2-year deal, $12.6 million contract.
Because he saw the writing on the wall in Arizona, he knew who the real RB1 was.
I really think that James Conner just had a hell of a year. I don't think he has the same year.
Bro, he had like 18 touchdowns.
Yeah. Raheem Mostert also signed with the Dolphins.
He saw the writing on the wall.
Yeah. Where's Myles Gaskin at, Ryan? Where's he at?
He's there. Chill out, bro. He's probably going to sign somewhere. Cedric Wilson, wide receiver, he also signed a 3-year deal there. So they're trying to get some speedy guys. They re-signed Preston Williams. They franchise tagged Mike Gesicki because they wanted him at tight end. And then they re-signed the Emmanuel Ogbah on a 4-year deal, $65 million, defensive end. I think that's like the big ones. Connor Williams, a guard, if you guys care about offensive linemen. All right, I'll get this one done pretty quick because like no one really cares. So the Patriots, if you were 30 and older, they signed you to their team. So they re-signed Brian Hoyer to a 2-year contract. Just got to stable that backup position.
What was the money on that for that backup money? What was that money? I'm just curious.
I don't know. It didn't list that because like no one cares.
It's like $3 million, bro.
Okay, yeah, that's different because
that's because Brian Hoyer is just trying to stay in the league.
He's 36 years old. Like you're
trying
not
to stay in the league, bro.
Anyway, James White re-signs a 2-year deal, $5 million. That includes $500,000 guaranteed. Cool. And I don't even know these other ones. Terrence Mitchell signed a free agent contract. There you go.
Yeah, he's going on his 6th team in 7 years.
We're only doing the Patriots because of Brian.
Yeah,
these names are
Devin McCourty signed a 1-year deal worth $9 million. They re-signed their kicker Nick Folk, 2-year deal, $5 million. That includes a $2.19 million guaranteed. and he has a max value of 5.6 mil with incentives. Oh, let's not forget they also re-signed Matthew Slater for 2.6.
So he could go cover kicks.
2.6 mil fully guaranteed. This guy gets $2.6 million to play like 5 snaps a game.
Yep.
No, he plays way more snaps.
No, he
does.
Team. Yeah, he does. He plays every.
He's on every special team.
He's only
but they don't score a lot.
Punt return and kickoff return. That's it.
That's every special team.
No.
Yeah.
Punt return, kickoff return. Okay. Anyway, can we go to another one? Come on, man.
All right, the Jets.
Don't forget they traded Shaq Mason to the Bucks.
I didn't cover their losses because those will be covered when we get to the Bucks.
Okay,
Is there anything else do you want to run this segment?
I just wanted the fans out there to know that the Patriots are just taking next year off because they see all these quarterbacks in the AFC now and they're like, nah, we're good. We're gonna take next year off.
I'm gonna try and cover some of these quick because like no one really cares. The Jets re-signed Flacco, Tevin Coleman, Braxton Berrios.
Why are we talking about
CJ Uzama and Laken Tomlinson? They got a good offensive guard there. That's it. AFC North. The Baltimore Ravens re-signed, or not re-signed, but they regained back Zadarius Smith on a 4-year deal, $35 million. So I think that's a good signing. Yeah, they bring him back home. They also signed Marcus Williams to a 5-year deal, safety, for worth $70 million. That's pretty good for safety.
Baltimore's gonna be back next year. People better watch out.
Yeah, well, they lost their defensive coordinator, so we'll see.
Well, they just beefed up their D, though. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
And Marcus Spears will be healthy. You know.
Yeah. The Bengals, they're already showing signs of getting help for this offensive line. They signed Alex Kappa to a 4-year deal, offensive guard. They signed another offensive lineman,
Ted Karras,
and
he's
BJ Hill.
He's a solid player.
Yeah, and they franchise tagged their big safety, Jesse Bates. So
that's what they needed to do.
Yeah,
he's a dog.
Yeah, they're trying to keep them together. I already mentioned the Browns acquired Amari Cooper from the Cowboys for a 5th-round pick, and they swapped 6-rounders. So all they gave up was a 5th-round pick.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Well, they had to pay the man. That's what they had to do.
Exactly. They franchise tagged David Njoku. Sure.
I don't know why.
They don't even use him. They acquired it from a trade, Chase Winovich from the Patriots in exchange for. But don't worry, they gave up Mac Wilson. So I don't know who that is, but he's a linebacker
from Alabama. He's a dog too.
Yep. Yeah,
and he has a lot of promise. That system wasn't him in the Browns.
Oh,
but if Bill's asking for him, he got something.
It was one person's trash for another person's trash, is what it was. And then they both will probably end up being better off where they go.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's.
Oh, this guy was a first. This guy was a 1st-round pick. I didn't know that he was bad. But they got Taven Bryant, the defensive tackle, that was in Jacksonville. He signed with the Browns for a 1-year deal. So he's trying to just remake his career. Oh, all right. Steelers. This is a big one. They signed Mitch Trubisky, 2 years, $14.25 million. That's worth up to $27 million with incentives. This is what happens when you get a quarterback that's coming in to compete with the potential to start. You have incentives that go up to $27 million, not $10 million like Teddy Bridgewater, Brian. But they also signed. They also
You're talking
signed
about 4 years compared to 1, right?
No, it's 2.
2 years.
2.
Oh, okay.
2.
All right, my bad.
But I bet you this contract is if he has 1 good year and he's the starter, they renegotiate next year. Going into next year.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, hey, anything's an upgrade over Big Ben last year, so.
That's true. Dwayne Haskins, they signed his original round restricted free agent tender worth $2.54 million. They basically just put a tag that, like, if anyone wants him, take him, but they have to give something up for him.
They have to give a 1st-rounder out?
I think so. Because he's on his rookie deal. James Daniels, they beefed up the offensive line. They got a guard. And that's really it. Oh, all right. AFC South. Man, none of these people sound interesting. Hey, they re-signed Jeff Driscoll to a 1-year contract. There you go. So they might have a quarterback.
Who?
Jeff Driscoll, the Texans. Texans.
Oh. You said it was South.
Yeah, he's just South.
AFC South. Oh, Houston.
Yeah,
well, there's 4 teams to pick from.
Yeah.
Well, there's
a little rusty.
There's no one here that is of interest that I could care anything about. Next,
What are you talking about, man? Didn't the Colts pick up a defensive end?
You're gonna have to be a little more specific.
Yeah,
Malik
like
Collins?
what's the name then? If he's
Collins?
that important.
No, that's a D tackle. They traded for Ngakoue
Oh.
from the Raiders,
Yeah.
so he's gonna be paired up with that defensive front's gonna be a little scary now.
Wait, who?
The Colts.
Ngakoue is Ngakoue and what's his name? Long arms. Armstead, right?
Well, yeah,
Armstead's there too, right?
Armstead's there.
Quiddy, yeah.
And then that nose tackle you just said, Malik Collins.
All right. Well, I don't see that. Maybe I don't know how to spell his name.
It starts with an N, and it's weird.
Go to the next one.
Cool. Cool. Wait,
Okay.
didn't the Colts do that?
That's what I said.
That's what he said.
Yeah. I wasn't even. Time out. I hadn't even mentioned the Colts. I was talking about Houston earlier. And then I mentioned the Colts, and then I didn't even get to mention their names. Anyways.
I thought you said the AFC South total had nobody big names. That's what we thought.
Gosh.
See?
We didn't know you were going through every single team. We thought you just hit on the important points.
My goodness. All right, yeah.
We'll be here all day.
All right. Yeah, that's the point. I got all day.
My bad.
All right, let's scroll down the list. All right, Jacksonville, they got Christian Kirk. That's a good one. And Brandon Scherf.
Solid.
A guard. And they franchise tag Cam Robinson. And they got Evan Ingram on a 1-year deal. Zay Jones they signed. They're trying to load up, give their boy weapons down there. So we'll see how that works out. Titans, Harold Landry, they re-signed their to a 5-year deal, so big money. Broncos.
Buddy just plays third down.
Broncos acquired Russell Wilson. I don't think we talked about this. So this was a domino effect of Rodgers. They didn't get Rodgers, so they went right into the trade with the Seahawks, and they gave up like a bunch.
Everything.
So they acquired in a trade. They got Russell Wilson and a 4th-round pick, but they gave up 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, a 5th-rounder, Drew Lock, Noah Fant, Shelby Harris. That's what they gave up.
I can't believe they gave him Noah Fant.
Yeah.
They must like
Alberto, yep. He's good too though, but it's like Noah Fant is more explosive than him.
Yeah. But
Randy Gregory signed with Denver. Which
everybody's gonna come now.
Yeah, but what was interesting is because he said he was gonna re-sign with the Cowboys, and then the Russell Wilson thing, Russell probably went call and was like, "Hey, you sure you don't want to come to Denver?"
Man,
he signs a 5-year deal. Yeah. So that's a pretty good one. Chiefs did nothing. I mean, nothing really. They're signing Justin Reed, safety, 3-year deal.
Yeah, so
That's
Honey Badger's gone.
Yeah, Honey Badger's more than likely gone.
Didn't they get a defensive end? Didn't they get a pass rusher or someone? Did they re-sign somebody?
Yeah, they got re-signed Frank Clark to a 2-year deal.
Oh,
If you're into that kind of thing. Hey, the Raiders are making moves. They signed a 4-year deal with Max Crosby, their defensive end. They also bolstered up their defensive line by getting Chandler Jones.
Yep.
And then
That's why Devonte Adams needed to go.
Rocky Sin.
Yeah, they got Rocky.
And they got Brandon Bolden. Yeah.
And then
they gotta get.
What I don't understand is why they cut Carl Nassib. I thought he was a good rotational player to keep on the team. I don't know was he big money or something.
I don't know, but you don't want to even have somebody Carl Nassib in place of Chandler Jones. Like let Chandler go crazy.
Oh sure.
Why do you even keep him on there?
But I mean, I'm saying what's wrong with having a depth piece? You know, guys get banged up all the time.
They got Colin Firth.
But I said they got Colin Firth. But what we're saying though is that like I don't know Carl Nassib's contract, but I know he doesn't have a rookie deal, right? So if they have a rookie that they feel can place field just as good as Carl can, then it's like, all right, well I can give the rookie $600,000 rather than getting $5 or $6 million.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what his contract was. That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
I just thought he was a solid player. So
here's a good team. The Chargers are doing everything they can to load up. We talked about this. They re-signed Mike Williams, which I mean, deservedly so. He started off hot last year.
About time he show up. Yeah.
Yeah, but then he cooled off towards the end of the year. They're expected to sign Austin Johnson, defensive tackle, and then they got acquired in a trade Khalil Mack. So that's a big good trade for them. All they gave up was a 2nd rounder and a 6th rounder for a top dog. And then
Bosa?
Him and Joey Bosa are going to be good. And then J.C. Jackson, cornerback from the Patriots. Kind of a dangerous pick in my mind, only because it's like 1 year he like flourished this year, and like he capitalized and is getting that money. So hopefully he's not like I hate to use this one, but like remember Josh Norman when he like blew up that 1 year and then they signed him big money and then he was trash after that. I'm not saying that J.C. Jackson's like that. I'm just saying like.
Well, the good thing
Bill
is
produces good corners.
I heard somewhere. I was watching. I can't remember if I think I was watching the NFL Network, but they were saying that most of JC's guaranteed money comes in the first 2 years, so they can cut bait. Yeah, after 2 years.
Smart move. So. Hey, NFC East, real quick. Michael Gallup, Dak's favorite target, is re-signed a 5-year deal, and that was probably why they were getting rid of Amari Cooper.
I'm telling you, they
like him. They like him.
What did I tell y'all? Yeah. They love Gallup, man. They love Gallup.
Dak likes Gallup, but yeah. Hey, Dalton Schultz, they franchise tagged him, and they agreed to terms with DeMarcus Lawrence, and then they re-signed Malik Hooker. So I mean they're bringing back most of their pieces. It's interesting to see. Yeah, we'll see what happens with Zeke coming up this year. If he gets traded before he could be a big name that could be on the move before the draft. Do you have something to say, Brian? Or can I keep going?
Maybe.
Right.
I lost my train of thought.
The Giants have done nothing. They got Tyrod Taylor to play backup or to start. Who knows? The Eagles, Hassan Reddick, they signed him. That was like their only big name.
He got good money. He got some good money.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. 3 years. I mean, it's still enough for him to get a big get a big contract after that.
Because it's 3 years? 45? Was it 45 he got?
Yeah, 30 guaranteed.
But 30 mil guaranteed. Most of it is guaranteed. So that's
right. That's good money, dude. Like he did good.
I mean, he chose a terrible team, but like,
they're on the come.
But you got to think about it. He went to school at Temple. Yeah. He's from Camden, right? Right? Like, it's so many ties. Like, all right, why would I not go back? I'm about my family. I'm at a place where I'm comfortable at. A lot of people know me around the area. Like,
yeah, it makes sense.
Outside marketing, outside of that, marketing wise, he can kill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
smart. The Washington Commanders. Yeah, the Washington Commanders got Carson Wentz via trade. So they got Carson Wentz.
Awesome pickup. Man, damn.
What? Sure.
He's just getting tossed around right now. Like, hey, do you want him?
He sucks.
Yeah, I don't like him, but we're just gonna move on. Hey, also someone that might be pulling the same move as homeboy Randy Gregory is J.D. McKissick, because I saw a report that he might be pulling out, but they have a report here saying he re-signed with the Commanders on a 2-year deal. But I'm pretty sure I read earlier that he was pulling out of that trade, but I'm not gonna go look up that.
To go to where?
The Buffalo. He agreed to go to Buffalo. Oh, yeah. And then he pulled back and went back to Washington.
But then I saw that he might be going back to Buffalo.
Really?
What is his agent doing?
Man.
Oh wait, here. Oh, here's another one. Chris Godwin just reached an agreement, 3 years, $60 million. That includes $40 million guaranteed. So that's a new one that just came in.
With who?
Tampa.
Buccaneers, right?
The Bucks, yeah.
Tampa, okay.
Oh, Brady's staying. Okay,
Right.
let's get
Brady said, "Y'all better resign that guy."
Next is
Oh yeah, for sure. They better call AB. Get AB back. No. AB's like, nah, he trying to buy the Broncos. Oh, that's what we're gonna call it. Unless he checks off the earth, right?
All right. Bears, nothing. Lions, nothing except for DJ Chark, maybe, if you're still interested in him. Yeah,
and then break something.
Yep. Yep. Hey, Packers signed an extension, so he's it pays him $150
What is
million.
up with Ryan? What is up with Ryan?
Rodgers?
He said Packers signed this extension. It's 100. Who on the Packers?
Oh, Rodgers. Who am I gonna?
We don't know. That's why we asked.
The Green Bay Packers signed Aaron Rodgers to an extension.
That makes sense now.
It'll pay him $150 million over the next 3 years, with $101 million guaranteed. So,
Smart man.
The new deal drops his 2022 salary cap hit to $18 million.
How's that possible though?
It's because they spread it.
Did they just? What's the signing bonus then? Like $70 million?
Was guaranteed. I don't know what it is. It doesn't have it here.
Because it's weird. How does the salary cap or its cap hit for this year drops to 18, but he's getting 200, or he's got 151 over the next 3 years? But
they push it.
So,
to the.
I saw his contract is like $57 million next year. He's supposed to get paid. Then it's like $60 million or something like that, right?
Yeah,
but
the cap hit will be higher later.
Oh, okay.
It'll be higher later. And then Devonte Adams, we already talked about him. They franchise tagged him, and then he said he will not play in 2022 under a franchise tag. And they re-signed Preston Williams to a 4-year extension, or they extended him. And then the Vikings re-signed Kirk Cousins on a 1-year deal. Preston Smith. What did I say? Preston Williams? All right, well.
I got tired.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm trying to get through this, man. It's so much crap. Hey, Kirk Cousins, 1-year deal with the Minnesota Vikings, $35 million fully guaranteed.
His deals is crazy, bro. He's smart as hell. I'm telling you.
They also got the linebacker Jordan Hicks, and yeah,
meh.
Hey, you want to hear a kicker signing?
What?
Young Ho Koo. It's Young Ho Koo. That's how
he said Young Ho.
That's how I'm gonna say, because that's how it's spelled.
He said Young Ho Koo. He's the one to say Young Ho.
Yeah. Hey, he re-signed 5 years. That's pretty good money for a kicker. $24.25 million.
Yeah, they love him. He cashed out.
Oh, and they signed Jake Matthews to an extension, 3-year extension. So, because this is their tackle, man. All right, you want to know what your coach Rule's doing? He's signing Dante Foreman to a contract. He had a pretty good year in Tennessee.
Yeah.
No. Who's this? Austin Corbett? Yeah. So they signed him to a 3-year deal. Sean Chandler.
Champ. Shout out Champ.
Xavier Woods and Zane Gonzalez. We're hitting the kickers all day. Brady.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even talk about this. Brady came out of retirement.
That was expected. We knew that though.
Yeah. They got Russell. they got Russell Gage.
Yeah.
I love the trickle down effect. He says, "I'm not retiring." Re-signed center, signed Russell Gage, signed Chris Godwin. It's like, and they also re-signed Rashard Perriman. So like they're getting him his people back. So I think Russell Gage is a pretty good pickup for them. Yep. They traded with New England, right? They gave a 5th round pick for him. All right, James Conner signed with the Arizona Cardinals on a 3-year deal, $21 million extension, $16 million over the next 2 years. They re-signed a 3-year deal, $31.65 million for Zach Ertz. So they really liked him. And they re-signed Max Williams for a 1-year deal. Cool. The Rams haven't done much, but they re-signed an offensive tackle and then a center. Cool. 49ers, nothing. Seahawks, they got Drew Lock. Will Disley re-signed for a 3-year deal, $24 million. Noah Fant, we talked about him. And that's really it. Oh, and they re-signed their the safety Diggs on a 3-year deal, $40 million. Yeah. That's really it, man. Yeah, it's not even none of this is official, by the way.
I feel like it was a damn book.
It was.
Chapter
It might be,
3. Well, that does it for Ryan's read off.
That was exhausting.
I know, man. You need some water after that. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, it's and I know this is only the beginning, right? But as we wrap things up, I want to get you guys' opinion before we close it out. Who are you guys choosing to win March Madness? 2 teams. You get 2 teams.
I haven't done I told you I haven't done my bracket yet.
Too late. You still got to pick.
I got to pick one team.
2 teams. You get 2 teams to pick.
Yeah, but I don't even know the bracket. I don't even know. That's an empty bracket. Oh my goodness.
This man.
No. I didn't have the teams.
While you're looking that up, I got Tennessee and Duke. Those are my 2 teams I'm going with. They're going to fight hard for Coach K, or I think the Vols are going to come out of nowhere and be sneaky. Sneaky lean. They're going to be sneaky with it.
You didn't even have Duke in your Final Four when you listed them earlier.
What are you talking about?
I have
multiple brackets.
Oh,
I have multiple brackets. I don't.
Sorry.
You said who's the 2 teams? That's cool. That's cool with you guys. That y'all do that. All right. How you guys take fantasy? That's how I take March Madness. They have 8 teams y'all do for fantasy. I got 8 different brackets for fantasy. For March Madness. Anyway, who's counting? Who we got, Ryan? Before we get out of here.
Hold on. Give me a minute.
Anyway, hey, for who me? I might do something. Nah, I might do something tomorrow. Just put something on Tennessee because we're still early in the game, right? But no, I was gonna say for BK bets, I'm probably put a parlay in. Might do some upset teams. So tomorrow, I don't see any games that's going to be too crazy, even though it's going to be somebody that we're not expecting, of course, right? That's this March Madness. But Friday, I'll definitely have something on Friday for sure. So be sure to check Action Sports, 2Joes_1Pro, and we'll have some picks on there for you guys as well.
Tennessee.
What we got, Ryan?
Tennessee, and I'm just picking teams, bruh. All right.
How you gonna say Tennessee and then stop?
I'm looking at the left side. The left side. We'll just go with
It's gonna be trash.
no other team. I don't care. Tennessee.
All right. Thank you.
Tennessee's
Two
winning
on
the whole
Tennessee.
thing. Tennessee's winning. That's it. I don't
See,
need
I
to.
like-
I don't need to.
Yeah. I like that. It sounds good to me. Okay. For BK bets, that's not really upset, but yeah. Yeah, I get it, but you're right. Michigan is a team that's underperforming, but yeah. Anyway, go ahead. This is for BK bets, by the way, guys. Y'all can mark these down. That's not whatever. Yeah. That might be a sneaky one because they put up a lot of points in New Mexico State. Yeah. Game of runs.
Story of my life.
I do have that. I thought that was Friday. That's tomorrow? My bad, y'all. I messed that up. Yeah. Yes, sir. What is your take on Richmond versus Iowa? Richmond has a baller, bro. Like a bucky getter. Richmond has. Well, that shit's crushed. So, all right, man. Let's do these, guys. We appreciate you guys tuning in. I know we were on a delay or we're off last week, so I hope we filled you guys' this episode up with all the information that we missed. As always, follow us on the socials. If you're seeing us on YouTube, like and subscribe, share the episodes, tune in all our previous episodes. And if you're on Instagram, same thing. Follow us on our page there. Follow us on Facebook. And we'll be sure to keep it going. I know this episode was a lot of information. That's what we want to do. We're going to load you guys up with all this overflow so we can be more knowledgeable as far as the sports goes. Anyway, March Madness is coming on. Ryan's is yawning. Brian is yawning. I'm yawning because we balling. That's corny. Anyway, y'all have a good night. Peace.